Trump has done it again by setting the record straight. What do I mean by that? Well, shortly after taking office, he repealed 78 executive orders issued by his predecessor, Joe Biden. This included at least a dozen directives aimed at promoting racial equity and addressing discrimination against LGBTQ+ individuals. Trump's actions represent a notable shift from Biden's administration, which had prioritized diversity initiatives across the federal government. Among the rescinded orders were two that Biden signed on his first day. One focused on advancing racial equity for marginalized communities, and another aimed at preventing discrimination based on gender identity or sexual orientation. Additionally, Trump revoked other orders intended to support Black, Hispanic, Native American, and Asian American and Pacific Islander communities. In his inaugural address, Trump declared, "This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life." He further stated, "We will forge a society that is colorblind and merit-based. As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female." An incoming White House official indicated that the Trump administration plans to implement further executive actions soon, including a review of what they labeled discriminatory programs, such as environmental justice grants and diversity training initiatives. The rollback of diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) measures coincided with this year's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a holiday dedicated to honoring the civil rights leader. Civil and human rights organizations quickly vowed to defend minority rights and oppose Trump's agenda. Kelly Robinson, president of the Human Rights Campaign, the largest LGBTQ+ advocacy group in the U.S., asserted, "We refuse to back down or be intimidated. We are not going anywhere, and we will fight back against these harmful provisions with everything we've got." Rights advocates have expressed that any rollbacks of DEI and transgender rights under Trump would undermine years of progress toward equitable policies and efforts to combat systemic discrimination that has limited opportunities for marginalized groups. Asian Americans Advancing Justice also reaffirmed their commitment, stating, "We will continue our relentless efforts to protect immigrant rights, combat voter suppression, and confront hate and discrimination in all its forms." In recent weeks, many corporations have distanced themselves from DEI initiatives, with some scaling back their programs. However, companies like Costco and Apple have remained committed to DEI. As part of the new executive orders, federal funds will not be allocated to promote what the administration referred to as gender ideology, a term often used by conservative groups to describe non-traditional views on sex and gender. Advocacy groups have criticized this term as an anti-LGBTQ+ narrative. Trump's initial executive actions included mandating that federal employees return to full-time, in-office work, officially withdrawing the U.S. from the World Health Organization, fulfilling a campaign promise, rescinding orders that supported diversity, equity, inclusion, and protections for LGBTQI+ rights, pardoning 1,500 individuals charged in connection with the January 6, 2021, Capitol riot, declaring a national emergency regarding illegal immigration at the U.S.-Mexico border, and prioritizing military involvement in border security, attempting to delay a ban on TikTok by allowing the app to operate for an additional 75 days. The Trump administration indicated it would recognize only two immutable sexes, male and female, and would instruct federal employers to use the term sex rather than gender, which encompasses gender norms and identity, according to an incoming White House official. U.S. funding would also not support gender transition medical procedures, although details were not provided. Additionally, the administration aimed to limit the implications of the 2020 U.S. Supreme Court ruling in Bostock v. Clayton County, which established that civil rights protections against discrimination on the basis of sex extend to sexual orientation and gender identity. The Attorney General was expected to offer specific guidance on the application of this ruling. Transgender rights have emerged as a divisive political issue in recent years. During the November election season, many Republicans campaigned on reversing laws related to transgender individuals, particularly concerning the participation of transgender women in sports. At a pre-inauguration rally, Trump stated his intention to take action to keep all men out of women's sports. The implications of these executive orders for the U.S. military remain unclear. During his first term, Trump announced a ban on transgender individuals serving in the military and froze the recruitment of transgender personnel, a decision that Biden reversed upon taking office in 2021. Thank you for sticking with us through this discussion. If you made it this far, you're a real one. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Your support means a lot, and we appreciate you being part of our community. Take care.